these are my tips for dealing with negative reviews. So, like an ongoing water leak, negative reviews may not cause problems overnight, but over time they can wear away your clinic's or your practice's image and reputation. So it is essential that you don't just leave negative reviews alone, but that you actually respond to them in an appropriate, professional and timely manner. So negative reviews that have no response can work against you in other ways. So in terms of search engine results, third-party links, or even online discussions, what this means is a patient who is not specifically looking for your reviews may be shown them by search engine results or third-party links. So yeah, they could be highlighted to them when they're not even looking. So in responding to a negative or critical review, it's important to have the right timing. A day or two is usually enough time to survey the situation with a cool head and an objective, balanced perspective. Waiting any longer than a week is not advised. A good approach really is to write a first draft, leave it a day or so, come back and reread it, and still see if it reads appropriately and sensibly before you publish it. It is also very important to understand that you take on your patient's viewpoint. Having the ability to empathise and identify and understand the patient's feelings of an offended patient is key to winning their trust, or at least feeling that you may be able to remedy the situation. In any responses that you do write, you should address the patient personally and thank them for their feedback, even if it is a negative review. And of course, in all interactions with a patient, it's essential to maintain a calm, composed and professional manner. It's also important to highlight the positives. Many bad reviews aren't all negative, they do contain positive elements. If and when they do so, please be sure to reiterate these and highlight them, as this helps balance out the negative reviews in an otherwise poor review. And of course, apologise where appropriate. Part of approaching an incident from a transparent, honest and mature angle is apologising when something is a practice's fault. And part of resolving complaints by patients is diffusing the situation by talking things over. By having a calm, rational one-to-one discussion, you have the opportunity to soothe a patient's dissatisfaction, and it gives you the ability to take any action if needed. And remember that in responding publicly to a bad review, you're not just communicating with that one person, you're communicating with everyone who may view the site. When there is a clear benefit for doing so, you should keep all communication public. But in some cases, it can be better for your practice's needs to actually make the conversation private. And lastly, it is a good idea to keep responses brief in general. It's not a bad idea to make any back and forth conversations private as soon as possible. An initial response to a negative review can make you look good, but each further reply or answer to a query actually does bring diminishing returns. So these are a few things to keep in mind when responding to negative reviews, and it can really help boost your standing from a customer's point of view.